Galaxy is a near-perfect video game. Within each time I play and revisit the game, it never fails to completely blow me away in regards to how great each function and concept is executed. The soundtrack, core mechanics, level design and use of atmosphere and the beautiful environment are all perfectly tied together. This to me will always be one of the greatest Mario games and best Wii games to be created. But with that out of the way, let's begin my review of Super Mario Galaxy. Super Mario Galaxy is a critically acclaimed 3D platformer developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Wii. Released in 2007, it marked a significant milestone in the Super Mario series, blending classic platforming gameplay with innovative gravity-defying mechanics and a captivating space-themed setting. Upon its release, Super Mario Galaxy was met with critical acclaim and commercial success, and alongside this came numerous awards. Mario Galaxy had sold 12.8 million copies, just narrowly scraping it into the top 10 best-selling Wii games. To begin with, Princess Peach invites Mario to the castle. This is to receive a special gift on the night of the Star Festival. Upon arriving at the castle grounds, Bowser is shown to attack, and admittedly, this is easily one of the most aggressive designs that Bowser has had. The fact that he is actually shown as a threat here, and the anger mixed with irritation in his voice is by far superior to anything seen before, especially compared to Sunshine's Bowser.
Junior, I've got something difficult to tell you about Princess Peach.
Gross. Bowser then invites Peach to witness the creation of his newly created galaxy, and uses a UFO to lift the entire castle, including the princess with him. Mario manages to reach the castle, but before getting across to Peach, Kamek strikes the plumber down, knocking him off the castle's remains and deep into space. With this, the next thing we see is Mario being awoken by a light-coloured bunny on a small grass plain. Here he meets Rosalina, a mysterious woman who deems to be the galaxy's protector and the mother of the Lumas. Rosalina tells Mario that the comet observatory is unable to move because the power stars had been stolen by the Koopa King. As the main character of the game, Mario is the person who is made to go and reclaim the stars. And in doing so, Rosalina promises to help save Princess Peach alongside us. Rosalina allows us to keep the apricot-coloured Luma, and this character allows us the ability of the spin. Both the Luma and Super Mario go to different galaxies, each with its own distinct environments and features. They visit planets in order to re-achieve the lost power stars. Obtaining a power star helps with unlocking more galaxies, which in turn grants the possibility for more power stars. But you don't play the game for that. You play this game for motion control. After traversing through different galaxies and unique planets, we encounter Bowser's brand new galaxy. We defeat him and retrieve the final Grand Star. With doing so, we rescue Princess Peach and then are greeted with a truly emotion-felt ending. The new spin motion was introduced in Super Mario Galaxy, and as a whole, this concept is a highly favourable one for me. The one problem I personally face with it is the slightly irritating waggling motion that the player has to perform in order to execute the spin attack. Rather than performing the action with a button, shaking the Wii remote is in order, and the spin happens to be one of, if not the most useful features present. This is because spinning makes Mario engage switches, parry certain attacks, skate on ice, throw held objects, and perform an extra special jump in the air, as well as a fair amount of enemies cannot be defeated simply by stomping on them, so the spin is carried out to dazzle the enemies. We can't discuss motion controls and miss out on some of the other key motion mechanics now, can we? So with that said, a number of operations can also be carried out by shaking, tilting or rotating the controller. The prime example for this would happen to be Loop-de-Loop Galaxy or Rolling Green Galaxy. Both require tilting in order to progress through each galaxy, but Billboard Bob shows us exactly how things are operated. On topic of the galaxies, each of them contain missions. Completing a mission grants the player a star, just like the collectible in Super Mario 64. The beginning of each level in Mario Galaxy opens up with a brief cinematic showing hints to the exact objective's whereabouts, this being similar to that of Sunshine. Once a number of power stars is obtained, more planets are unlocked and made playable, and alongside star collection, only half of the in-game stars are actually needed to be collected in order to beat the game. This is for those who struggle with the harder levels or simply feel like replaying the final level before 100% game completion. The majority of levels are a mix of tiny planetary bodies, each with a unique center of gravity, which cause Mario to naturally bend around as he moves or jumps. Whilst not all planetary bodies are spherical, at least some of them have rounded edges to support the idea. Planets with distinct edges, such as those in Super Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, only have one gravitational plane. If Mario jumps off these edges, he will fall and die. Quite grotesquely too. Whilst some of the planetoids are relatively close to one another, Mario can easily jump between them. However, the other ones that are far away, he can typically get to them by using the launch stars. The levels in the game can be accessed by domes scattered across the Comet Observatory, this game's main hub. The Comet Observatory, being the hub world, is used to divide the sections of the game into different domes found across the observatory, each with its own unique design and theme. The domes serve as homes for various lumas, providing a cozy and comfortable atmosphere, and this much is evident with the names of each dome. The terrace, the fountain, the kitchen, the bedroom, the engine room, and the garden, each being key locations within houses. This shows us that this is our safe haven within this adventure, and this is made evidently clear with the fact that the player can't even die or harm themselves here. Within the observatory, the domes are used as portals to gain access to specific galaxies and missions. The layout of the Comet Observatory is interconnected, allowing players to move smoothly between domes and explore different areas of the observatory as they progress through the game. The domes are linked not only by launch stars but also by various pathways, making it feel like a cohesive and immersive world. This design encourages players to revisit previous areas and discover new secrets as they acquire new abilities and power stars. Players also encounter lumas here. Lumas are friendly, star-shaped creatures which offer guidance, hints, or information about galaxies, and others can even lead to galaxies not found within the domes. These are either hungry lumas or green lumas. The interaction between these creatures significantly increase the connection between the player and inhabitants found within the hub world. Robust galaxies are galaxies that contain at least 6 missions. They either feature a high number of visitable planets or a small selection of large ones to explore. Most domes contain 2 or 3 of these galaxies, and they are all listed on the first page of the in-game star list. They are the only galaxies orbited by prankster comets. Mystery galaxies are galaxies that each contain 1 mission. These galaxies are highly distinctive in theme and mission. Some of them entail minigames like the recently covered race surfing or ball rolling. I personally find these to be some of the more enjoyable levels simply because they don't go on for too long and they tend to be far more unique to the basic galaxies. Boss galaxies are the final type of galaxies, which also contain only 1 mission. However, these levels tend to have linear obstacle courses which lead up to an enjoyable boss fight, half being fought against Bowser Jr. and the other half being battled against Bowser himself. Upon beating a boss battle, Mario is rewarded with a Grand Star, which unlocks the next main area of the game. As an exception, the Garden is the only galaxy not equipped with a boss galaxy. I previously mentioned the term prankster comets, and in basic terms, the comet stars are obtained by completing special missions. The 3 main prankster comets are speedrun comets, daredevil comets, and a purple comet. Which speedrun is a timed star collection, daredevil is either a race or an enemy speed increase, and finally the purple comet has you collecting 100 purple coins. Super Mario Galaxy is renowned for its captivating atmosphere and exploration, offering players a rich and imaginative gaming experience. The game features a wide range of galaxies, each with a unique theme. This keeps players interested with the diversity within environments. An example being with how Beach Ball Galaxy is a tropical paradise amongst sandy shores, whilst Freeze Flame Galaxy offers a stark contrast with its icy terrain and lava-filled areas. These diverse environments create a sense of wonder and intrigue, immersing players in each of the new and visually stunning planets. The gravity mechanics within Mario Galaxy enhance the exploration more so than without. For instance, in Space Junk, players navigate a series of floating debris, often requiring either a leap between miniature platforms or walking around and upside down on certain planetoids. The gravity mechanic featured in Galaxy introduces an innovative challenge that encourages players to explore environments with different approaches than what was seen in the other Mario games. Galaxy stands as a shining example of how music and orchestration can elevate a gaming experience to unparalleled heights. The game's music, composed by Mahito Yokota and Koji Kondo, is nothing short of a true masterpiece. From the moment you boot up the game, the orchestral score immerses you in a grand adventure. The use of a full orchestra breathes life into the game's universe, creating a sense of wonder and pure joy that is simply breathtaking. Beyond its technical brilliance, the music here possesses a remarkable emotional depth. The music in Super Mario Galaxy doesn't merely serve as background noise, it actively enhances the gameplay experience. The tempo and melodies often sync with the player's actions, contributing to the game's sense of rhythm and flow. It even goes without saying that these compositions manage to convey a wide range of emotions. These emotions range from excitement and joy to introspection and nostalgia. Hearing any of the Galaxy themes even now almost brings me to tears. Gusty Garden Galaxy being the primary example of how a track within a video game can stir up such strong emotions.
Yes!
Super Mario Galaxy immediately captivates players with its stunning portrayal of space and celestial bodies. The galaxies are exquisitely designed, with colourful and vibrant visuals that evoke a sense of wonder and enchantment. The cosmic backdrop filled with galaxies and stars creates a breathtaking setting that draws players into the game's universe. The level of detail in the game's environment is remarkable. From the lush vegetation in Gusty Garden Galaxy to the intricate mechanical structures in the Toy Time Galaxy. Every element is crafted with care and precision. The attention to detail even extends to the character models, enemies, and power-ups, all of which are beautifully animated and bursting with personality. Amongst how incredible the graphics are, it's worth noting how well it pushes the hardware to its limits, delivering smooth performance, vibrant colours, and most impressively, even manages to deliver some very minimal load times. The game's technical power is particularly evident in its seamless transitions between different planets and galaxies. The development of Super Mario Galaxy 2 started as soon as the first Super Mario Galaxy was released. The project was initially called Super Mario Galaxy 1.5. After just 1 year of development, Miyamoto began to realize that the game was beginning to take new shape and overflow with new elements and ideas. Therefore, instead of creating the game as a newer version of the previously released installment, it was created as an entirely new Galaxy game completely. We're just waiting for the third one now. In comparison to Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2 had been further expanded upon, with enhanced mechanics and even additional features. The main examples that get brought up are the introduction of Yoshi, the inclusion of newer power-ups, whilst also retaining some of the old ones, and the complete enhancement of the overworld map. Galaxy 1's map is finely spread between each dome and is very neatly done, but I personally prefer the original Mario design that Galaxy 2 went along with. In Galaxy 1, Yoshi doesn't even have an appearance. You can't play alongside him, and he's not even present as a non-playable character, but entailed in Galaxy 2, players can ride Yoshi in various stages, and he gains new abilities based on the colour of fruit he eats, such as the ability to float, run up walls, or illuminate dark areas. Yoshi becomes a central and versatile character in the sequel, significantly enhancing gameplay variety. Super Mario Galaxy introduces several creative power-ups, such as the Bee Suit, Boo Mushroom, and the Ice Flower. While these power-ups offer unique abilities, they are used relatively scarcely in specific galaxies. Whilst on the other side of the spectrum, Super Mario Galaxy 2 takes power-ups to the next level by incorporating a wider range of power-ups and integrating them more consistently into the game. The Cloud Flower, Rock Mushroom, and Spin Drill are examples of the new power-ups that were added, and they help add a bit more depth and variety to the gaming experience. Not to mention that the Cloud Flower is one of my favourite Mario power-ups to exist. Galaxy 2 introduces a more traditional world map with different themed worlds and interconnected levels. This approach is also made more convenient through being able to select a world through the click of a button. This is opposed to walking to a certain dome, holding onto a blue star, seeing if the level is within that world, then selecting it. If the level you're looking for isn't in that dome, then you've got to venture all the way to another one. None of these are major inconveniences, but having these features present is something that I'll always prefer. My next point in regards to the comparison of Galaxy games is playing as Luigi. In Galaxy 2 you unlock Luigi as a permanent playable character after beating Bowser's fortified fortress. You can do this as early as you'd like, just as long as you collect a certain amount of stars. However, in Galaxy 1, you must complete the last level after collecting all 120 stars. You are allowed to replay the entire game again as Luigi. Whilst it doesn't really compare to how Galaxy 2 handles it, this isn't necessarily a negative. This option adds to Galaxy 1's replayability, and the fact that Luigi plays differently can be seen somewhat as visible progression for the completionist. The visuals and presentation were the most praised aspects of the game. Chris Scullion of the official Nintendo magazine asserted that the graphics pushed the Wii to its full potential, and stated that its visual effects and large playing areas would constantly astound the player, and let's be honest, he wasn't wrong. With Mario Galaxy being undeniably one of the most beautiful Wii games, hell, even Mario games that the plumber is featured in, the presentation of Galaxy 1 was so incredibly polished. The game did great with animation and character design, the music in the Galaxy games are both arguably unbeatable as far as game goes, and the vibrance and eye-popping colours presented within the perfectly designed levels are still so nice on the eyes. With this said, my final rating for Super Mario Galaxy 1 is a 9.9 out of 10. For me, this game, as far as Mario games goes, has only been equalled or even surpassed once, and that was by its successor,